Good afternoon, everyone. 20 years of overall experience, 16 years of entrepreneurial experience, having met more than 2 lakh people in the journey. I'm yet to meet anyone who has told me I don't want to be successful. It goes without an exception that everyone, including the people inside this hall, we want to be successful. When we want to be successful, what is the problem there? The problem for most of us is how do we define success? Imagine a patient who's terminally ill meeting a doctor. What does success mean for that critically ill patient? Imagine a homeless on the Delhi streets on a winter night. What does success mean to that destitute? And before you say anything, please remember that more prayers have been heard by the walls of destitute homes and hospitals than what have been ever heard in any temples, mosques, or churches. Let's start with the simple concept of success means different for different people. For the terminally ill person, it is just a life of dignity for some more time. For the person who is shivering in that cold, it is just about getting a roof over his or her head. For all of us out here, let's also appreciate the fact that success may mean different things. And success varies from individual to individual, not only individual to individual. It also varies from country to country. In 2013, I was privileged to be a part of international conference where international speakers after speakers, they came and they talked about what success is all about. And then one of my professors, when he came on the stage, he said that the speakers before me have given such wonderful definition of success. And he shared his story wherein he came from a very small village of Banaras, a town in northern India. And when he talked about his journey, he said, today I have got 2 houses in the city. Today I have got the luxury car. My father could not get 1 room constructed in our ancestral home. People say I am successful, my father was not. He said, but there is another side of success also. He said, the day my father passed away, there were 25,000 people who came to join his last rites and last procession. I'm not sure that the day I pass out, even 30 people will be there to join my last procession. And therefore, he said, success means different for different people. Why about only human beings? And just if I give you one more example, think about a mother whose kid is not well. For her, the definition of success is may the kid get well soon and may the kid get a good night of sleep. Success, dear friends, has got different definitions for all of us. And it is not about individuals alone. How do you define the success of a flower? And this has been beautifully expressed in one of the Hindi poems, wherein a flower says, Pushp ki abhilasa, when a flower says, Mujhe tor lena vanmali us path par dena tum phek, matribhumi par sheesh chahane jis path jaye veer anek. The flower also wants to contribute towards the lives who are going to fight for the motherland. It varies from country to country. In Western countries, success may have different definitions. In Indian context, success has got different definitions. Even in case of India, I was privileged to listen to a politician, wherein he said, how do you define whether a country is successful or not? And then he said, the commonly talked about term is GDP and the growth of GDP. He said, agreed. Let me give you some very wild thoughts. He said, prostitution, make it legalized, your GDP will increase by 0.75%. Legalize drugs, your GDP will increase by 1%. So if you legalize these two, your GDP is going to increase by 1.75%. So the larger question to all of you is, do we want that definition of growth, or do we have some other more holistic definitions of growth? It will vary from individual to individual. Alexander on the banks of a river, he met a naked fakir and he asked the fakir, tell me, what can I do for you? I have conquered the world. And the fakir replied, can you just step aside? You are blocking my saw. And then Alexander said, do you know whom you are speaking with? He said, yes, I know whom I am speaking with. You have been begging all your life because you are still not content. And I am richer than you because I am content. Now, while thinking about the definition of success, I thought that how have we defined success in Indian mythologies, Indian scriptures, Indian history? How have we defined? What was success for the warriors Gora and Badal when they went to the war, knowing that they will be killed, knowing that they will die? And perhaps two incidents put it out very clearly what success means in Indian context. When Abhimanyu was preparing for the last war and everyone was blessing Abhimanyu, when he went to seek the blessings of Krishna, what did Krishna say? Yashasvi bhava. He didn't say Dirghayu bhava. He said Yashasvi bhava, and people were upset that Krishna, why didn't you say Dirghayu bhava? Krishna said that Dirghayu is within your lifetime. Yashasvi is beyond your lifetime. And therefore, whatever this guy is going to achieve, history will remember him, and history, till the time history is there, he will always be remembered as a great warrior. When the battle of Karna was happening in Mahabharata, and he was defeating all the Pandav brothers one by one, and he was not killing them, his charioteer asked him, what are you doing? When you are winning, why are you not killing them? What did Karna say? He said, Sab aankh mund kar ladte hain. सब आंख मूंद कर लड़ते हैं जय इसी धरा में पाने को, पर लड़ता है तो कर्ण कोई ऊंचा सा धर्म निभाने को। ये चार फूल हैं मोल किसी कातर नैनों के पानी के, ये चार फूल हैं मोल किसी प्रछन्न दानी के, ये चार खूर बाकर जिनको हंसता होगा अंतर्यामी. And that is when Karna is talking about the purpose which is larger than life. So at this point of time, if you ask my definition of success is very simple. My definition of success is the legacy you are going to leave behind. The legacy each one of us is going to leave behind. It is not only the legacy after our lifetime. What is the legacy you are going to leave as a student? What are the legacy you are going to leave as a CEO? What kind of legacy you are building as a mother, as a father? What kind of legacy you are building as a monk? What kind of legacy you are building as a politician? And that for me is the litmus test of how do you define success. And when I talk about leaving legacy, I always say, Kabira jab hum paida hue, Kabira jab hum paida hue, jag hasa hum roye, aisa ab kuch kar chalo, hum hase jag. When we were born, everyone laughed and we cried. Let's leave the world in such a way that we laugh and others cry. And that is the true definition of success, my dear friends. Now, when we talk about success and the definition is clear, the next question is, what should we do in order to achieve success? And that is where I talk about the 3 C's which I have talked. Curiosity, creativity, and connections. Curiosity, creativity, and connections. Mahatma Gandhi, when talked about how does he define success, he talked about that success is about the unison of thoughts, words, and deeds. Success is nothing but the unison of thoughts, words, and deeds. Perhaps he also borrowed from Indian scriptures wherein they say, Mat, Manasa, Vacha, and Karmana. Manasa is how we think. Vacha is how we speak. Karmana is how we act. And the success comes only when we are able to bring these 3 into unison, how we think, how we speak, and how we act. Having interacted with more than 100,000 corporate leaders, I have come to one conclusion. All those who reach the top have 3 things in common. 1, they have a proven track record. They have a proven track record. 2, they are all amazing storytellers. And 3, they have got an amazing network. Network essentially refers to the people who vouch for you even when you are not around. I repeat, I am talking about proven track record, which is driven nothing but by your curiosity. And curiosity, if you ask me, curiosity is For me, it is defined as my ability to acknowledge that I do not know. My ability to acknowledge that I do not know. And curiosity is also about having the approach of learn it all vis-a-vis know it all. In the today's time, no one can claim that we know it all. But are we working with the mindset of I can learn it all? The best example I can share with you from the cricketing world is about Sachin Tendulkar and Vinod Kamble. Both were coached by the same gentleman. And he is on record saying that Kamble was a more talented player. But the curiosity of Sachin Tendulkar made what Sachin Tendulkar is today. When he started playing, no one even knew the name of something called a 2020. Today, he was making his presence felt even in 2020s. And for him, the curiosity was how he adapted his game over a period of time. And his ability to acknowledge that there are certain things which he also does not know. And when he was even given an input by a waiter in a five-star lobby that, you know what, somewhere the stance which you take, I think that is a problem why your arms are having an issue. And everyone expected that, how can this guy go and talk to him? Tendulkar went back to his room, looked at the input, and he said, that was the most amazing input I have got in life. That for me is the epitome of curiosity, that you are not carried by I know it all. You have the zeal to learn. What is the second part? The second part I am talking about creativity. What is creativity? Creativity is nothing but another way of problem solving. In today's world, we can be rest assured that there are challenges which we are facing up every day. We have all heard about Anthropic. We are talking about what AI is going to impact. Let me take you a little back into history. 1990s, the professors across the country went on strike. The reason for them going on strike was Rajiv Gandhi introduced computers. My father also went on strike. And the professors across the country said, now computers have been introduced, professors will lose their jobs. Cut down to 2026. Do computers exist? Yes, they do. Do professors exist? Yes, they do. But the professors who learned how to operate computers are much better placed than professors who didn't learn how to use computers. The same talk is being nowadays done about AI. It was being done around 20 years ago when computers were introduced in the Indian banking sector. Unions after unions went on strike. Today we are talking about AI, and there are n number of experts who are on record saying that AI is not going to take away the jobs. The jobs of people will be taken away by other people who know AI better than those who don't know AI well. In a lot of interactions, a lot of people ask me, what are your views about automation? And my views about automation are very clear. No robot will ever take away the job of a human being. But the problem comes when human beings start behaving like robots. When human beings start behaving like robots, please remember you have signed up on your death horror. It may be 3 months, it may be 13 months, it may be 3 years, it may be 13 years, but you are signed up for your death horror. One day, the bots will be better bots than you. Now, when I'm talking about creativity, I come back to the point, how do you solve problems? Every day, in every part of the country, every part of the world, there are new geopolitical tensions which are coming up. There are no new supply chain issues coming up. And it is only your curiosity to know the unknown. And it is your creativity to find the solutions which will take you to the final destination better and faster than others. Let's come to the third C I talked about. The third C I talked about is about connections. If I have to tell one sentence, which is the crux of this entire talk, that one sentence is, your network is your net worth. In Hindi, they say, Rahiman, इस संसार में सबसो मिलियो धाय और ना जाने के ही रूप में नारायण मिल जाए. We may call Almighty by different names, and names is absolutely immaterial. Let's meet everyone with open arms. We do not know who's going to be of use at what point of time. Unfortunately, we are very quick to write off people. We are very quick to write off that this person is no good, this person is like this only, this student is like this only, this professor, this CEO is like this only, this politician is like this only. But whenever you are writing off anyone, please remember what they said in Sanskrit. Amantram aksharo nasti. Amantram aksharo nasti, nasti mulmak aushadham, ayogya purusho nasti, yojakstatra durlabha. Amantram aksharo nasti. There is no letter which does not have power of a mantra. Nasti mulmaka aushadam, there is no tree which does not have a medicinal value. Ayogya purusho nasti, there is no human being who is useless. Yojat statra durlabha, what is rare is our ability to make the most out of that. So next time before you are writing anyone off, and you can just do a quick 30-second exercise right here itself. Just think of the name of any 5 countries which come to your mind. Do not say to anyone. Just think of 5 countries of the world. With the names which come to your mind, keep it to yourself. How many of you have thought of a country called Jamaica? Raise your hands. How many of you thought of a country called Tuvalu? Well, how many of you thought of a country called United States or a Switzerland? The numbers in the third case are always higher, because those countries have established a connection with you. And that is why the entire neural network strength concept talks about that your top of mind recall is always about those people, those countries, those objects about whom the neural network strength is high, and it is applicable to all of us out here. The sooner we realize, the better it is. And I must also tell you, your career decisions, your life decisions are at times made in the rooms in which you are not present. And the rooms where you are not present, you need someone who advocates for you, who pitches for you, who vouches for you, even when you are not there. So my question to all of you out here is, who is going to vouch for you when you are not around? Think about it, and that is the power of connection. To summarize, I just like to say, the day we realize excellence is a journey and not a destination. The day we realize excellence is a journey and not a destination is the day we will keep on moving forward. We'll be celebrating successes, but will not be stopping our growth journey of excellence. And to go ahead in that journey of excellence and success, I request you to remind the 3 things which I have talked about: creativity, connection, and curiosity, which, my dear friends, is nothing but another avatar of Manasa, Vacha, Karmana, how we think, how we speak, and how we act. Thank you very much, everyone. It was lovely being here. Thank you so much.